A great many of you proved to me that negatives mess you up. You forget to record them. You forget to deal with them. Negatives screw you over. But when you're dividing and multiplying, guess what? You can forget about the negatives. And here's why. Remember all the stuff I said to Dale, Sam? Now I'm saying it to you. So cut and paste. Go back in your memory. Cut out all the stuff I said to Dale. Hit Control X. Then hit Control V and bring it to right now. You get to forget about the negatives. Why? Because what happens when you multiply a negative times a negative? What do you get? A positive. What happens when you multiply a positive times a positive? Really? A positive times a positive. You get a positive. So what does that tell you? If the signs are the same, the answer is positive. So, do I know as soon as I look at the question if I'm going to have a positive or negative answer? Yeah. So can I forget about them? Yeah, because I know what the answer is going to be before I do any work, right? So if they're the same and they're positive, what happens if they're different? I get a negative. If the signs differ, the answer is negative. Whoa. Whoa. Did you guys all just see that? There's a ghost in my machine.
I told you.
I wrote answer, it disappeared, then I wrote answer again, then it appeared over here. Crazy.
Technology isn't reliable.
I know it's not reliable. I don't want to use this thing. I would much rather use the whiteboard, but I also, teaching for 17 years, am well aware that if I just write on the whiteboard and tell you to write down what's important, this is what you'll do. But as soon as I put it on a computer, everyone's like, ooh, that's very sexy. I'm going to write it down. Okay, Kyle, what? No. So, look at this question. What do you see? So what's the answer going to be? Positive. So do I care about the negatives in the question? No, they're gone. Forget about them. Because you know the answer is positive. Now, if this was grade 4, what would we do here? We'd multiply straight across, wouldn't we? And what would we get? If it was grade 4, what would we get? 12 over 21. And then what would we have to do? Then we'd have to simplify. Correct? Is it possible to make a mistake while simplifying? Yes, of course it is. Is it easier to simplify tiny numbers or bigger numbers? Tiny numbers. So should I simplify in the question or should I simplify in the answer? In the question. So I check. Austin has told us we check diagonally. Do 2 and 7 work together? No. Do 3 and 6? Yeah. Right. There's 1 3 here. How many 3s are in 6? 2. So now I have 2 times 2, which is 4. And 1 times 7, which is 7. And it's done. And I know it's positive because they had different signs. Got it?
It's always helpful how when my teachers, like when you get something like they ask wrong and then they look at you like that, and then like that always helps with them.
Okay.
Because then you're like, oh yeah, that's that.
Thank you. This one. Are the signs the same? So the answer is automatically positive, right? If this was grade 4, what would we do? We'd go straight across and get what? 7 times 4, which is 28, and 12 times 21, which is 252. Who wants to simplify that? Nobody. But according to Austin, we can check diagonally when the numbers are smaller, can't we? What works with 7 and 21? 7. How many 7s fit into 7? 1. How many 7s fit into 21? 3. Do 4 and 12 work together? With what? 4. How many 4s fit into 4? How many 4s fit into 12? 3. What's 1 times 1? 1. What's 3 times 3? 9. Done diddly-un. So much easier, right? Okay, now prove it. Remember, this side is thinking. These are the questions you should be asking yourself while you're going through the work. So the first thing I do is I check this. The fractions have what kind of sign? Same or different? Fractions have different signs. So their product is negative. So do I have to care about this -3? Do I care about them? No. I'm going to cross them right out because I know my answer is negative. I'm going to write negative right down here, and now I don't have to worry, do I? So let's check. Do 1 and 5 work together?
Yeah. No.
1 doesn't get any smaller, so 1 stays there and 5 stays there. Do 3 and 5 work together? No. So it's just 1 times 3 and 5 times 5. What's 1 times 3? 3. And what's 5 times 5? 25. And I'm done. And it's already simplified because you couldn't simplify in the question. Cool? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look at the next one. The fractions. This is our thinking. Are they the same? Same or different sign? Same. So the answer is positive, which means I don't need to care about the signs, do I? So let's fix it up. I'm going to rewrite it so it's bigger, just because it's easier to see. Do 9 and 12 work together? With what number, TJ? 3. How many 3s fit into 9? 3. How many 3s fit into 12? 4. Do 7 and 11 work together anywhere except the store? No. Do you guys know what happened to me at 7-Eleven once?
What?
I went in, I bought 2 Slurpees, some corn nuts, and some of those mini tacos that they don't have anymore. Right? And the chick punched it all in. Sorry, the cashier punched it all in. No. Guess what the total was? No. 7-Eleven.
Oh my God.
That's what I did, Keon. I was like, oh my God, that means I get it free, right? No. It was actually 7-Eleven. I worked at 7-Eleven for 2 years. 5 days a week. 8 hours a day. 40 hours a week for 100 weeks. 4,000 hours I worked at 7-Eleven. Never once did the bill come out to 7-Eleven. But in Chilliwack one day, it did. No, 7-Eleven did not pay well. But, no, back then it was $6.50. But they did have benefits, which was useful. Like health and dental and stuff.
Which job pays better, teaching or 7-Eleven?
What do you think? Keon. I never got robbed at 7-Eleven. I got robbed at Subway. Yeah. I was making a sandwich at one end, and there was a girl at the other end punching stuff into the computer, and there was a big lineup because it was right after the bars closed, so I'm making all these sandwiches, and the girl's not coming to help. And I look over and, Teresa, what's going on? This guy wants all the money in the till. And I'm like, well, give it to him. And she's like, what? Yes, give it to him. I don't know. He was not robbing me. He was robbing the girl. And I was like, what do you care? It's not your money. Give him the money. So she gave him the money, but then you know what I did? No. He ran out of the store, and I told all the people in the store who were coming from the bar, so a bunch of them were men and drunk, said, hey guys, that guy just ran out with $400 cash. Place emptied pretty fast. The money was gone anyway. I'm pretty sure the guy got caught. He learned.
There's like 20 drunk guys running
Yep.
down the street.
I would be running for my life.
Now, 3 times 7? 3 times 7? 21. 44. Will it get smaller? It won't, because we fixed it up over here. And is it positive or negative? Positive. We already know it's going to be positive because they're the same sign. Picking up what I'm putting down? Read my mail, mow my lawn? Of course you're not going to mow my lawn. I don't even mow my lawn. I don't care. Turn the page over. Now, guys, this is a real problem, what we're about to do here. Because you guys only listen with half your brain. Okay? Most of you are going to look at this and say, okay, wait a minute. I know what to do when it's a mixed numeral. Mr. Myers likes to leave the big numbers by themselves. You can't do that with multiplying. Does anybody want to know why? Or can anybody tell me why? Why doesn't it work? TJ.
Because if you were to multiply slices of pizza and leave a different pizza out that hasn't been cut or anything, how is that fair?
Absolutely right. Think back to the slices, right? This is saying two pizzas times one pizza, yeah? Everyone agree? Right? But it's also saying 2 pizzas times 3/4. And it's also saying 1/5 times 1 and 1/5 times 3/4. Because everything is multiplying by everything else. So here's what you have to remember. When multiplying, and guys, please underline, highlight, put Mrs. Bad Crumble stars by it. Put a cloud around it. I don't care what you need to do to remind yourself. When you are multiplying, you must go improper. It's not a choice when multiplying. You must go improper. And you don't, again, Mrs. Bad Crumble cloud, highlight, stars, you don't get a common denominator when multiplying only. Okay? Everybody cool? So the first thing you got to do is make these improper. How do I do that? Who remembers? What do you do? I know you know, TJ. I need somebody who's not always answering all my questions. How do I turn that into a fraction? Times where, Austin? Yeah, you times, and then what do you do up at the top? Add. Add it. So what's 5 times 2? Plus 1? 11. 11 over 5. Now, why didn't I bother putting a negative there? Because I don't need to care, because it's 2 negatives, isn't it? So my answer is negative. So I'm going to throw out those negatives so I don't even have to think about them. So what's this guy? What's 4 times... Oh! You're off the hook with no math homework. Oh no. Guys, if you need to dry your eyes because you have no math homework, there's paper towel at the front.
probably.